Hi, I'm Craig Phillips. Welcome to my top trade secrets. Now, around 6 months ago, I was asked to put Max-Bond to the ultimate test against other leading brands. And boy, did I put it to test in and around our house. With its very high initial grab strength and overall maximum adhesion, I was able to use it on many repairs as well as full projects in and around our house. And to be quite honest, it totally blew my socks off. It's all you need when it comes to a quality bonding agent. 3C's Max-Bond is a premium grade, fast curing, high strength power adhesive based on MS-Polymer for internal and external use. It is perfect to bond almost any materials, both porous and non-porous, and remains permanently elasticated. Although there's lots of adhesives available, very few offer such a phenomenal final cure as Max-Bond does. Normally it's desirable for surfaces to be bone dry, but this isn't always possible. That's why Max-Bond has been developed to tolerate most moist surfaces. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to bond together a variety of different materials using just 3C's Max-Bond. Now, first off, I want to put this to the ultimate test and see if it holds my weight. Yep, I seen a video online where somebody had applied some Max-Bond onto a house brick, bonded it onto a block and started to climb up it and held their weight. So I'm going to see if it holds mine. So I'm going to start by cleaning the bricks first. I'm going to take an old wire wool brush, make sure that there is no debris on there. Then a hard brush to dust it off. As with all surfaces, they need to be clean. I'm giving them a little once over with a wire brush and then dusting them off with a hand brush. And then I'm going to open my tube using a trimming knife, cut the top of your tube, screw on the nozzle and trim this down on an angle. Load it up into your cork gun and you're ready to go. Now I'm going to apply my Max-Bond, covering the entire surface of the back of this brick. Now I'm pressing it against the wall and putting a fair amount of pressure on. The adhesive is starting to ooze out around the sides. I'm just moving it a little bit from left to right and up and down to make sure it keys to that brickwork. Now I'm going to place a wooden batten underneath to hold this into position until it's completely cured. Then I did the same by covering the back of 3 further bricks with Max-Bond. Then I applied further adhesive around the edge of the brick for additional strength. I wiped this down using my finger, then clean my hands using some silicone wipes. I'm going to leave this to dry till the following day in the hope that it takes my weight, but for now I'm going back in the workshop. So while the adhesive is drying on those bricks, I've got around 50 different pieces of material here that I'm going to bond down to different substrates. So I've got 2 different materials. One's a wooden post, which is porous, and then one's a plastic UPVC pipe, which is non-porous. I'm just going to apply 2 thin lines of Max-Bond on the back of each item. The 9 different materials I'm going to be using are softwood, hardwood, OSB board, MDF, plywood, engineered flooring, laminate flooring and veneered flooring. Now I'm only using 1 line of adhesive on the plastic pipe, but I'm using the same 8 pieces of material as I did on the wood. Now we've got a concrete precast lintel, and all surfaces need to be clean, relatively dry the better, and of course dust and debris free. I'm sticking different types of metals on here: galvanized steel, metal bracket that's powder coated, an aluminium bracket, an aluminium bar that's also powder coated, and a piece of stainless steel, lightweight metal handle and a heavyweight metal bracket, as well as a flat plate of aluminium. Now any excessive adhesive may ooze out the side, don't worry about that, let it dry and you can simply trim that off afterwards. This next surface is a piece of veneer, like a melamine board. Just like your kitchen work surfaces and your splashbacks, they're generally designed for things not to stick to. However, Max-Bond will. Do take yourself a little light piece of sandpaper, give it a very, very gentle scoring, and it will help it key. And as with everything, make sure, again, it's dusted off with no debris on there. Then on the veneer board, I stuck down a porcelain tile, some artificial grass, slate, a fire brick, heavy metal bracket, ceramic tile, natural softwood, a piece of polycarbonated sheet and a glass. Now this is a piece of MDF, medium density fiberboard. It's kind of in the middle of the other materials we're using. It's not as porous as your concrete or your plasterboard would be, but it is going to be more porous than the veneered board we used or the piece of plastic pipe. On the MDF surface I fixed down an engineering brick, the porcelain tile was fixed down on the smooth surface, and then a ceramic tile fixed down on top of that by the clay side. A ceramic tile fixed down on the glazing edge to the MDF, a piece of slate with a plastic bracket, a plastic container, a masonry fire brick, an aluminium strip and then a metal bracket. Now I've got an off-cut piece of plasterboard. This is very porous. If it's in your house, it's probably going to be plastered or painted, which is still fine as long as it's dry. I fixed down a tile, applying the Max-Bond to the ceramic surface. Also a piece of plastic, another metal bracket, then a UPVC piece of window trim, a plastic vent and a polycarbonated sheet. Now when you glue two different materials together, you will have to leave this for at least 20 minutes for them to bond. However, the overall curing time may differ depending on how much Max-Bond that you use, how porous the materials are that you're keying together, and of course weather and room temperatures, etc. also may play a part. Now while we're waiting for these to cure, I want to show you some other projects that I've been using Max-Bond on around our house and garden. Here in the workshop I designed and constructed a child's chair using hardwood. Knowing the chair was going to be left outside exposed to the elements, I knew Max-Bond would be the perfect material that I would need. I also built a mud kitchen for Nelly. This was constructed out of reclaimed pallet wood. This is a softer wood and will also be placed outside, exposed to the elements all year round. I built a small play area for the children out of wooden spindles. The corners were mited. I bonded them together using Max-Bond. As a decorative feature, I had some logs that were cut down into sections. I bonded these to the side of our fireplace. I recently built a brick pizza oven in our back garden. At the front centre where the brickwork had finished, I wanted to cap this off using a natural stone. Then at the side, I wanted something I could hang the pizza paddle on. So I bonded an aluminium bracket to the brickwork. We also have a small kids swing in our garden, which the feet needed gluing on. Max-Bond worked a treat. I also had this old trailer, which the base was completely worn away. I broke this out, cleaned it up, and then applied the Max-Bond across all the base of the frame where I could stick down the plywood sheets. Then this was covered with aluminium tread. I did this by zigzagging the Max-Bond right the way across each plank and all the way around the four sides before bedding them into position. There was an RSJ between the two large windows at the rear of our house, which was filled with foam insulation. Then I had to clad over it with a UPVC window trim. I even fixed two decorative mirrors to our bedroom wall by applying the Max-Bond all the way around the outside edge and then two further lines in the centre. Then I placed it against the wall, applying an equal amount of pressure with my hands across all surfaces. Our workshop roof is a flat roof with a slight pitch. It's visible from our house, so we wanted to cover it with some artificial grass. It's constructed from a GRP system, meaning it's a fiberglass surface. We applied a number of nice thick lines of Max-Bond and then rolled our artificial grass over the top. Pressed this down and the adhesive held it into place. All of these items have now had a couple of hours to start to cure and bite to their surfaces. We started off with the timber on here, going on to timber. Now that is feeling very, very solid. I mean, I can pick up each one of them, no problem at all. and they had two little small lines of adhesive on. And then we had the PVC pipe, which again, they are really, really strong bond on there, all holding the weight of that little small piece of vinyl there at the top. Nice and secure. And then we moved on to the heavyweight stuff, like the concrete precast lintel, which is porous. And that really is very heavy, but a great, good, solid bond on there. And although there is still dries where it's got that elasticity in it, which allows a tiny little bit of movement, you can feel just how rigid, you know, these things are. And then we had the Formica board, which is designed for things not to stick to, like your kitchen surfaces and your splashback, etc. Again, the metal bracket there holds on great. We had the porcelain slab there, artificial grass, the slate, the brick, and then the glass as well. The glass is even, you know, lifting it up. And that's only had a small little blob in the centre of that glass on there, and it bit to that really, really well. Then we have the MDF board, which is kind of in the middle of these two boards, but it certainly isn't as porous as what the plasterboard would be. And the brick, house brick, is bonding to it. These are all the very heavy items, and this is a real heavy board now. We've got that 20mm porcelain slab on there, the two ceramic tiles, and, you know, even the bracket is taking the weight. Now on the plasterboard, these are all lightweight objects. Of course, you'd expect them to stick really well, but this ceramic tile is interesting because I applied the Max-Bond on the underside of it, the glazed surface of the tile, and bedded it to a very porous surface there, and that really, really has got a good strong bite on there, and I can't even get my fingers underneath there. And again, small little brackets are stuck really well. That would hold your shelves up, putting a couple of brackets in place. So the time has come. 24 hours has passed since I glued these 4 bricks to the wall, and I promised I was going to climb them. So I'm going to remove the timber first. Okay, they're all feeling nice and secure on there. Now, of course, do not try this at home. It's not designed for you to be climbing on. I just want to prove to myself exactly how strong this is and see if it takes my weight, about 12 stone. Here we go. Oh, quite easily holding my weight. All 4 of them. Wow, easily. That is solid. 3 holding my weight. Now, will 2. Yeah, 2 holds my weight, but I can't hold my weight. I'm so unfit. Right, will 1 hold my weight? God, wow, that really is. So if you're looking for more inspiration or how-to videos, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep in touch on social media. And of course, if you want to know more about Max-Bond or any of 3C's vast range of products, just check out the website in the link below. How the bloody hell am I going to get them off?